From Janitor to NASA. It's about Tom Harper, a small-town dad from Montana who built a rocket from scratch and caught NASA's attention. This isn't just about space, it's about believing in yourself when no one else does. Let's dive into this incredible journey. Picture a tiny town in rural Montana called Havenwood. It's the kind of place where time seems to have stopped. Faded storefronts, rusted factory gates, and a community struggling to survive. In the middle of this is Tom Harper, a 45-year-old janitor who's lived here his whole life. Tom's a single dad raising two kids, 14-year-old Emily and 12-year-old Jake, on a paycheck that barely covers the bills. He dropped out of college years ago to support his family after his wife passed away, leaving him to juggle work, grief, and parenthood alone. Tom's got no fancy degree, no high-tech skills, just a mop, a bucket, and a heart full of dreams. Ever since he was a little boy, staring at the stars on clear Montana nights, Tom's been obsessed with space. He'd imagined himself as an astronaut soaring through the galaxy, but life had other plans. Now he's sweeping floors at the local library, watching his kids grow up in a town with no opportunities. Ever felt like your dreams slipped away? Think the world told you you're not enough? Tom felt that every single day, but his story is about to show you what's possible when you refuse to give up. One chilly evening while cleaning the library, Tom stumbles across a dusty old book on rocket engineering tucked away on a forgotten shelf. He flips through the pages and something clicks. It's like the stars he dreamed of as a kid are calling him again. That night, he goes home, pulls up his ancient laptop, and starts searching for free online courses. He finds videos on physics, engineering, even calculus stuff he never thought he could understand. But Tom's determined. He starts studying after his shift, staying up until 2 a.m. with a cup of cold coffee and a notebook full of scribbles. He turns his tiny garage into a workshop, scavenging scrap metal from the junkyard and buying spare parts with whatever money he can spare. He even starts selling handmade wooden toys at the local market to fund his project. Tom's kids notice the change. "Dad, what are you doing out there?" Emily asks one night, peeking into the garage. "I'm building a rocket," Tom says with a grin. Emily and Jake laugh, thinking it's a joke, but they see the fire in his eyes. Soon they helping out. Emily paints the rocket's body with bright colors. Jake helps with the math equations Tom struggles with. It becomes a family project, a crazy, beautiful dream they're chasing together. But chasing dreams isn't easy, especially in a town like Havenwood. Word gets around about Tom's project and the laughter starts. "A janitor building a rocket? You're out of your mind, Tom," people say at the diner. His neighbor, Mrs. Carter, shakes her head. "You've got no education, no money. Give it up before you embarrass yourself." Even Tom's best friend Mike, a mechanic, who's known him since high school, pulls him aside. "You're too old for this, Tom. Focus on your kids, not some fantasy." The words sting like a Montana winter wind. Late at night, Tom sits alone in his garage, surrounded by tools and half-built parts. He doubts himself hard. What if they're right? What if I'm setting a bad example for Emily and Jake? He's exhausted, working 12-hour shifts, then studying until his eyes burn. He's barely got enough to pay the electric bill, let alone build a rocket. But then he thinks of his kids growing up in a town where dreams go to die. He wants them to believe in themselves, to know that no matter where you start, you can reach for the stars. So Tom wipes his tears, takes a deep breath, and gets back to work. After 2 long years of sweat, sleepless nights, and scraped knuckles, Tom's rocket is ready. It's small, just a prototype, but it's his. He hears about a NASA competition for amateur rocket builders, a little-known contest, meant to inspire innovation. Tom doesn't think twice. He submits his design, knowing he's up against engineers with PhDs, teams with big budgets. He's just a janitor with a dream, but he's got heart. Weeks pass, and Tom nearly forgets about the contest until one evening his phone rings. "It's NASA. Mr. Harper, your design's a finalist," they say. Tom can't believe it. He's shaking as he tells Emily and Jake. They scream with joy, hugging him so tight he can barely breathe. A month later, they're in Florida at NASA's testing grounds. Tom's rocket stands on the launch pad, looking tiny next to the others. But it's painted with Emily's bright colors, a little piece of Havenwood in the spotlight. The countdown begins, and Tom holds his kids' hands. 3, 2, 1, liftoff. The rocket soars perfectly, a streak of light in the sky. The crowd erupts in cheers. NASA engineers rush over, shaking Tom's hand. He wins the competition, a mentorship with NASA and full scholarships for Emily and Jake, to attend a top STEM academy in California. The news spreads like wildfire. Hashtag Rocket Janitor trends on X, with millions sharing Tom's story. People are floored by his grit, his self-taught skills, and the love he has for his kids. Back in Havenwood, the town that mocked him throws a parade in his honor. They start a STEM club for kids inspired by Tom S. Wynn, naming it Harper S. Stars. Tom's not just a janitor. Anymore, he's a national hero. NASA even creates a scholarship in his name for dreamers from small towns just like him. Tom's story captures the nation's heart, showing everyone that you're never too old, too poor, or too ordinary to chase the stars. He sits down with Emily and Jake one night, looking up at the Montana sky. "We did it," he whispers. "We really did it." This isn't just about rockets, it's about you. What's your crazy dream? The one the world says you can't have. Maybe it's learning something new, starting a project, or just believing in yourself. You don't need a degree, a big bank account, or the perfect start. All you need is heart and a little bit of grit. Share your dream in the comments. I read every single one, and I can't wait to hear from you. If Tom's story lit a fire in your soul, smash that like button and share it with someone who needs a spark. We're a tiny channel, just 13 subscribers, but together we can reach 1 million hearts. Subscribe, hit the bell, and join us next week for another story that'll inspire you to chase your stars. Until then, keep dreaming big, and never let anyone tell you you can't.